Sunday, 8:23 a.m. Coffee. Quiet. You just finished divine blueprint. And something shifted. You saw the signs, the preparation season, the divine intersections, the way your soulmate draws you closer to God, the confirmation through spiritual authority. And for the first time, you're not wondering if, you're wondering when. But now a new fear creeps in. What if I mess this up? What if I do something that blocks what God's trying to bring? What if I'm not ready when they arrive? Here's what nobody tells you. Recognition is the easy part. What you do after recognition determines whether you receive what God is releasing. Most people sabotage their soulmate in the gap between the promise and the person. Not because they're unworthy, because they don't know how to steward the waiting room. They saw the signs, then they forced it, or stopped growing, or let excitement turn into anxiety. And what God was orchestrating fell apart in their hands. Today, what to do when you recognize God is bringing your soulmate. 5 specific actions that position you for divine alignment. And action number 4 is the one that sounds completely backwards, but it's the very thing that accelerates God's timing. If you saw the signs but don't know what comes next, this is your roadmap. Let's begin. Action 1. Don't force it. Let God orchestrate the timing. You saw the signs. Now you're watching, waiting, analyzing every person who crosses your path. Is it them? Could it be them? Your mind races. Heart speeds up when certain names appear. You start strategizing. Maybe I should put myself out there more. Start dating, go to more events. Make it happen. Here's the lie you believe. Now that I know it's coming, I need to help God. I should create opportunities, speed up the process. Stop. The moment you try to orchestrate what God is already orchestrating, you delay the very thing you're rushing toward. Faith isn't passive, but it's not forcing either. Recognition doesn't mean manipulation, it means alignment. God didn't show you the signs so you could take over. He showed you the signs so you could trust the process. There's a massive difference. Think about Abraham. Genesis 15. God gave him a promise. Your descendants will be as numerous as the stars. Clear word. Divine confirmation. But what did Abraham do? He tried to help God. Genesis 16. He forced it with Hagar. Maybe God needs me to make this happen. And it created chaos that lasted generations. The forced connection always creates complications. The divine connection always brings peace. Here's what most don't realize. Between recognition and arrival, God tests one thing. Will you trust my timing or force your own? Your impatience isn't proof of readiness. It's proof you're still trying to control what only He can orchestrate. So when you see someone interesting, ask yourself, am I being led by peace or driven by panic? Am I following God's guidance or forcing my agenda? If you have to push it, it's not it. But not forcing doesn't mean doing nothing. Action 2 reveals what most people abandon the moment they see the signs, and it's the very thing that accelerates God's timing. Action 2. Continue your preparation. Don't stop growing. Tuesday morning, 6:47 a.m. Alarm rings. You hit snooze. That workout routine you built? Skipped. That therapy session you scheduled? Canceled. That journal where you processed your healing? Gathering dust on the nightstand. You saw the signs. You feel ready. The preparation season feels over. So you coast. Stop pushing. Stop growing. Mission accomplished. God confirmed it. Now I just wait for them to show up. Here's the lie. I've done enough work. God wouldn't show me the signs if I wasn't already ready. Wrong. Recognition isn't graduation. It's confirmation you're on track, not that you've arrived. Listen, God shows you the signs to encourage you, not to stop you. The moment you stop growing is the moment you become unprepared for what's coming. Ask yourself, what have you stopped doing since you saw the signs? What healing work have you abandoned? What character development have you put on pause? Because here's the paradox most people miss. The person God is bringing needs the version of you that you're becoming. Not the version you are today. Not even the version you were yesterday when you saw the signs. Tomorrow's you. David was anointed king at 15. 1 Samuel 16. Prophet poured oil. Heaven confirmed him publicly. Then what? Back to the fields? Back to the sheep. Back to the wilderness. Not punishment, preparation. He didn't stop because he was anointed. He intensified. Killed the lion. Killed the bear. Faced Goliath. Each level prepared him for the throne he couldn't see yet. The anointing didn't end the preparation. It accelerated it. Same for you. The version of you that steps into covenant will need strength you don't have yet, wisdom you haven't learned, patience you haven't developed, healing you haven't completed. Think about the areas God highlighted before you saw the signs. Your triggers, your attachment patterns, your need for control, your father wounds, your fear of abandonment. Did those suddenly disappear when you recognized God is bringing someone? No, they're still there, waiting to sabotage what God is building. Don't stop because you saw the finish line. Run harder, keep going to therapy, keep working through those triggers. Keep developing emotional maturity. Keep strengthening your walk with God. Keep building your purpose, because when they arrive, you won't have time to get ready. You need to be ready. Heaven doesn't reward those who stop at recognition. It elevates those who press through preparation. The signs weren't the end. They were confirmation you're on the right path. Now keep walking it. But here's where most people fail. Action 3 is the hardest one, and it's the difference between peace and panic in the waiting room. Action 3, guard your peace. Don't let excitement turn into anxiety. You saw the signs, now you can't stop thinking about it. 2:34 a.m., eyes open. Mind racing. When? How? Who? Every interaction feels loaded. Every conversation could be the sign. You check your phone constantly. Overthink responses. Analyze silences. Was that God speaking? Is this person the one? Did I miss something? Your chest stays tight. Sleep stays disrupted. You call it excitement. But your body knows. It's anxiety. Here's the lie. This anticipation means I'm ready. The more I think about it, the more I'm preparing. Stop. Breathe. Excitement rooted in faith brings peace. Excitement rooted in control brings panic. And if you can't be at peace before they arrive, you won't be at peace after they arrive. Think about it. If you're anxious now, while you're still single, what makes you think relationship will suddenly calm you? It won't. You'll just transfer that anxiety onto them. God doesn't bless anxiety. He blesses alignment. And anxiety is proof you're trying to control what only He can orchestrate. Martha was excited to serve Jesus. Luke 10. Good intentions, noble effort, but her excitement turned toxic. Worried and upset about many things, Mary sat at His feet, peaceful, present. Jesus said, Mary has chosen what is better. The one who rested in His presence received more than the one who anxiously served. Here's the shift. Stop asking when. Start asking, am I at peace? When was the last time you felt genuine peace about this? Not excitement masking as peace, not hope flavored with anxiety, actual peace. Because here's the test I mentioned in Action 1. Between recognition and arrival, God watches. Will you trust His timing with peace? Or try to force it with anxiety? Your peace level reveals your trust level. So guard it. When overthinking starts, redirect. When anxiety creeps in, pray. When you're tempted to analyze every person, step back. Rest in the promise. Don't chase the person. Peace isn't the absence of waiting. It's the presence of trust while you wait. But action 4 is the game changer. It sounds completely backwards, but it's the very thing that brings the person closer. Pay attention. Action 4. Stay in alignment with your purpose. Don't abandon your calling. Here it is. Action 4. The one that sounds backwards. Wednesday evening. 7:15 p.m. You close your laptop. Ministry email sits unanswered. That project God told you to build? Untouched for weeks, the calling that once consumed you now feels like a distraction. You saw the signs. Now you're waiting. And slowly, so slowly you don't even notice, you start pulling back. Ministry isn't as important anymore. Purpose feels secondary. That vision God gave you, I'll get back to it once they're here. Right now, I just need to focus on being ready for them. Your prayers shift from God, use me, to God, send them. Here's the lie. My soulmate is more important than my purpose. Once I have them, I'll refocus on what you called me to do. No, wrong, backwards. Listen carefully. Your soulmate isn't coming to you. They're coming through your purpose. God doesn't send them to your distraction. He sends them to your obedience. He doesn't orchestrate meetings in your comfort zone. He arranges intersections at the crossroads of your calling. Stop. Ask yourself, what calling have you abandoned since you saw the signs? What ministry did you step back from? What assignment did you put on hold? What vision have you stopped building? Because here's what most miss. The moment you abandon your calling to wait for connection, you step off the very path where the divine intersection was supposed to happen. Ruth didn't find Boaz waiting at home. Ruth, too. She found him in the field, working, serving, gleaning, doing exactly what God called her to do in that season. Her obedience wasn't separate from her blessing. Her obedience was the pathway to her blessing. If she had stayed home, mourning her situation, obsessing over being single, waiting for love to knock on her door, she would have missed him entirely. But she was in the field, in her assignment, in her purpose, and that's exactly where God orchestrated the meeting. Think about your own calling, that ministry you've been avoiding, that business God told you to start, that project you've been procrastinating on, that creative work you keep pushing aside. What if your soulmate is already in motion, heading toward the intersection of your obedience? What if they're walking toward the place where you're supposed to be, but you're not there because you're home waiting? God positions your soulmate at the intersection of your obedience. If you're not where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to do, you'll miss the meeting. You'll miss the moment. You'll miss the person. Heaven doesn't interrupt your calling to send your soulmate. It weaves them into the fabric of your obedience. Your assignment isn't the obstacle to love. It's the pathway to it. So don't abandon your calling because you're excited about connection. Your calling is the map to connection. Stay in ministry. Stay in purpose. Stay in your assignment. Keep building what God told you to build. Keep serving where He told you to serve. Keep creating. Keep obeying. Because when divine timing aligns, you won't be sitting at home anxiously waiting. You'll be walking in obedience, and they'll step onto your path. But Action 5 ties it all together. It's the final piece that releases what God has been holding. Action 5. Let God orchestrate the introduction. Don't manufacture connection. You saw the signs. You've been patient. You've stayed in your purpose. Then someone appears. Sunday service, coffee shop, ministry event. They sit near you. Good person. Godly. Attractive. Something stirs. Your heart races. Palms sweat. Mind speeds up. This could be it. Finally, maybe I need to say something. Make a move, create a moment. You rehearse opening lines in your head. Manufacture reasons to interact. Engineer chance encounters. Force conversations that feel awkward. Push connections that resist naturally. Here's the lie. God showed me the signs. Now it's my responsibility to make the connection happen. I can't just wait passively. Wait. If you have to force it, manufacture it, engineer it, it's not it. Divine connections don't require manipulation. They require positioning. You position yourself in obedience. God orchestrates the introduction. Think about it. Have you ever forced something that was truly from God? Have you ever had to convince someone of something heaven ordained? No. When God does it, it flows. When God brings your soulmate, the connection will be natural. Effortless. Aligned. You won't have to convince them. Chase them. Manufacture chemistry. Create opportunities out of thin air. It won't feel like work. It'll feel like home. Isaac never met Rebecca. Genesis 24. He didn't go searching, didn't create a dating strategy, didn't engineer opportunities. Abraham's servant prayed, and God orchestrated the entire introduction, down to the exact well, the exact moment, the exact words, even the exact confirmation signs. Isaac's only job? Be where God called him to be. Trust. Wait. The rest was divine choreography. Ask yourself, are you positioning or manipulating? Are you trusting or controlling? Are you at peace or in panic mode? Because remember action 2. Most people lose it here. This is how excitement becomes anxiety. Anxiety becomes control. Control becomes forcing. Forced connections never last. You can't manufacture what God hasn't ordained. And you don't need to orchestrate what He's already arranging. So when someone appears, don't rush, don't push, don't force, pray, wait for peace, wait for natural flow, wait for confirmation. If it's truly from Him, it won't require your manipulation. It'll unfold through His orchestration. All 5 actions, 1 rhythm. Don't force timing. Keep growing. Guard peace. Stay in purpose. Let God introduce. Trust the orchestration. Trust the process. Trust the one who's been orchestrating this before you ever prayed about it. Divine connections don't need your schemes. They need your surrender. The same hands that parted seas can arrange meetings. Let Him. If you do these 5 things, you won't just receive your soulmate. You'll be ready for them. Recognition was the beginning. What you do after recognition determines whether you step into what God is releasing. In Divine Blueprint, we saw how God brings your soulmate. The 4 signs, the preparation, the divine intersection, the spiritual catalyst, the confirmation through authority. Today we saw what to do when you recognize He's bringing them. So ask yourself right now, which action are you skipping? Are you forcing timing instead of trusting it? Are you stopping growth instead of accelerating it? Are you losing peace instead of guarding it? Are you abandoning purpose instead of staying in it? Are you manufacturing connection instead of letting God orchestrate it? The gap between promise and person is where most people lose what God was trying to give them. Don't let that be you. You're not waiting in vain. You're positioning in faith, and every day you walk in obedience brings you one step closer to the intersection heaven has been arranging. Drop "I'm ready" in the comments if these 5 actions confirmed what you needed to hear. That's your declaration. That's you telling God, I'm listening. I'm aligning. I'm trusting your process. Share this with someone who saw the signs but doesn't know what comes next. They might be one video away from stepping into what God has been preparing. And next video, 5 mistakes that block God from bringing your soulmate. Because knowing what to do isn't enough. You need to know what not to do. God is bringing someone. The signs are real. The promise is true. Stay positioned, stay faithful, stay ready. Your soulmate isn't just coming, they're already on the way.